Down to business. I got my wild cherry Diet Pepsi, and I got my blackjack gum here, and I got that feeling. Yeah, that familiar feeling that something rank is going down out there.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me what's funny.
Funny, sir, goddammit! Brothers don't shake hands, brothers gotta hug.
Come to the coast, we get together, have a few laughs.
Oh, you!
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
I'm so racist! Anybody move, I'll blow your fucking head off. And the medic gets out and says, oh my God.
I'm your huckleberry.
My advice to you is to start drinking heavily.
Put that coffee down.
Pauline, this calls for the old Billy Baroo.
That's a huge bitch.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's over, Johnny. It's over!
Oh, it's over. The election is over. Anthony, it was very nice of you to take time off of protesting to show up and do this show. I know you're out there dragging people out of their cars for voting for Trump. You're paranoid, basically, Anthony. You can't hear it, but the song I'm playing behind me and you is Paranoid by Black Sabbath. The whole world seems paranoid, my friend.
Oh, yes. We're definitely going to get into some political talk and this election insanity. But first up, business as usual. Primary colors. Which is why everybody tuned in.
Yeah, definitely. We figured with the election going on, it'd be easy to knock out a movie like this. Primary Colors. Let's see, starring John Travolta, of course, who I've said 1,000 times is the coolest actor alive. I'm sorry. To me, he is. I don't care. I don't care if he's sucking 3 dicks at once. He's a cool motherfucker. I don't care.
Allegedly. We don't want to get sued like everybody else.
I don't care. He could speed. Look, listen. Richard Simmons, we know, is just dick, and I don't care. He's a funny, cool guy too. But goddamn, John Travolta, Emma Thompson, Billy Bob Thornton, Kathy Bates, Adrienne Lester, Maura Turney, who, if you don't know who she is, she was in
Here it comes.
News Radio. No, there is a couple of NYPD Blue references in this movie, of course.
I'm just waiting for them.
Right in the beginning, when the president is walking in with the teacher to meet the people who learn to read, Roland Molina, who was also in Next Friday as he played one of the Jokers. Hold on here.
He might have been the lead one. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He wasn't Baby Joker, and he wasn't the skinny one. He was the other one. I forgot what they called him, but he was one of the Jokers in that. He also was in one episode of, actually 2 episodes of NYPD Blue. One, he played a guy named Idalo, basically messed around with Andy, but in NYPD Blue fashion, they had him in an episode back in 1998 just as a barfly. NYPD Blue used a lot of the same people for a lot of the, they'd go 2-3 seasons and then have people back to play different characters, different cast. So it was pretty cool. Him and Ned Eisenberg, who I guarantee you have seen this man in a ton of movies, TV shows. You just don't know who he is. You really just don't know who this guy is. Kind of a skinny guy, but he's been in everything from, let's see here. We'll go back here. Going back to the 80s. The Equalizer TV series he was in. Miami Vice he had a role in. Air America, L.A. Law, Primary Colors. The Sopranos he was in an episode. Ed, the TV series. Dragnet TV series, Rescue Me TV series. He was in the World Trade Center movie. He's one of those guys that you see and you're just like, oh, I kind of know who that guy is. So, if you ever see the movie Last Man Standing with
Bruce Willis, another cool motherfucker.
Bruce Willis, yeah, he's in that movie. He actually plays Fredo Strozzi, who's the gang leader in that movie. So. There's that. So, of course, there are NYPD Blue references for everything. So there you go. We got those knocked out of the way.
Yes.
Very quickly.
Just for perspective here, this movie was released, let me see here, making me feel old as fuck, March 20th, 1998.
1998. Just to knock this out of the way, this movie actually had a very disappointing box office.
Yes.
Took in $39 million domestically. That's the U.S., obviously. $13 million in foreign markets. $52 million against a $65 million budget. So this movie was technically labeled a flop. Yeah, I don't know, man. This was another tough year for movies. 98. We said how 93 was about a month ago, but 98 must have been too. I guess we could look and see what films came out in 98, but this film here, obviously based on a 1998 film based on a novel called Primary Colors, a novel of politics. It's sort of a true story with fiction thrown in about Bill Clinton's first presidential campaign in 92.
Yeah, clearly that's what they were going for.
Clearly. The second you take a look at John Travolta in this movie, it's definitely Clinton. He's definitely playing Clinton. I don't think we need to go scene for scene in this movie, but we'll kind of dig into... this movie really... you could sum it up. This movie got into not only what happened while an election was going on, outside, to the people outside of the election, us, the public, but it got into what happens behind the scenes with the people actually running, all the scandals they go through, what they do to take care of them, all the bullshit. Yeah. Some of the slimy things that they send these guys out to do, Travolta's character in this gets caught. He gets caught cheating. He gets caught on the phone. He gets caught doing all kinds of. Gets caught banging the little southern babysitter.
Hey, not mad at him. Not mad at him.
No, but this, again, this is loosely based on Clinton's first presidential campaign. They usually throw in the fiction in there. That way it's harder to tell the fact from fiction.
Yeah. Let me ask you something in terms of, you brought up the point about, at least in your opinion, John Travolta being a cool motherfucker, which I'll agree with. Mm-hmm. Not all of his flicks, but I think he has like a pretty cool swag about him. Oh, yeah. But in this movie, in terms of his performance here, do you attribute it to good acting, or was it just a good impression?
Good acting. I really think, look, you have to realize what John Travolta has done since, what, I would say the 1980s. No, I would say the 1970s. Saturday Night Fever hit, and there was a disco craze in the United States. You know what I mean? Grease hit. Everybody wanted to dress like him. Urban Cowboy hit. There was a huge country and western sort of movement going all through going all through the U.S. at that time in 1980. Staying Alive came out, which was basically the second one, and ooh, look, it's another little thing. And of course, Travolta has to dance in every fucking movie he's in now. But doesn't dance well at all in this movie. Has to dance horrible. But, I mean, what? Go ahead.
No, I just thought of something, since we're doing the whole election bit. Do you remember a little movie he was in called A White Man's Burden?
Don't remember it, but I did. I've heard about it. I see it right here. And, let's thank Quentin Tarantino for casting Travolta in Pulp Fiction, because let's face it, he went from doing Staying Alive to schlock movies. Look Who's Talking, Look Who's Talking To. Look, they're cute, they're funny, I understand.
The first one wasn't that bad.
No. And the second one wasn't that bad, but then it came to, like, Look Who's Talking Now, blah, blah, blah. No one cared.
Fucking dogs, Jesus
Then we
Christ.
got Pulp Fiction. Then we got Get Shorty. After Pulp Fiction, Get Shorty's a great movie. Broken Arrow, Phenomenon, Michael, Face Off. Come on.
Face Off is fucking great. Michael, and Broken Arrow I loved.
Yep, me too.
And people shit on it, but Be Cool was fucking hilarious. Fuck you if you hated that movie.
And you know what? Phenomenon was a good movie. He was in that with Robert Duvall. Another great fucking movie. A Civil Action. He was in another good fucking movie. General's Daughter. Battlefield Earth, you're not going to get me to watch. I apologize. I'm sorry. Swordfish was good. Basic, I loved Basic.
Swordfish was great just because we got to see Halle Berry naked.
Yeah, that was one good thing. Basic was great. Him and Samuel L. Jackson and who was that? Diane Lane, and that she's beautiful. But yeah, that's another movie I'll watch anytime. He was horrible in The Punisher, I'm sorry to say. Ladder 49, he was great. Wild Hogs, hilarious.
I did like that.
Oh yeah, Hairspray, dressed like a woman, funny as hell. Bolt, I don't know if you ever saw that. It's a cartoon movie. My kids love it. So I mean, thank God he did some really good things. Last year he did a movie called Criminal Activities. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Nah, that's on my watch list. I gotta see it, but I haven't seen it yet. How was it?
Check it out. I believe it's on. I believe it might be on Netflix, or it's on Netflix or Hulu. Check it out, Criminal Activities. It's a crazy little movie, but not many actors you know. Next thing you know, holy shit, there's fucking John Travolta.
Oh shit, we actually skipped over another cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was in Carrie, the original one.
Was he?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my God, he was. Holy shit, 1976.
Yeah, I'll just that's what. It's not one of my favorite movies, but it's a movie that I've seen enough times that it's up there. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorites, but it is one of those movies you got to put up there.
Yeah, but John Travolta really has started movements. If you know what I mean. Urban Cowboy was huge. I don't know if you were. I mean, I know you weren't even born in 1980, but. I was 5 years old, and I remember there was a big kind of country and western feel everywhere. Everybody was, wearing cowboy hats. I lived in. Actually, I was in Boston at this time, but
it was a kid.
There was
it was
dude,
a movement.
There was
a cowboy movement in Boston.
There
was,
80s? And I'm not fucking lying, dude. I am not lying, bro. Fucking John Travolta could cause all kinds of shit, man. He still does. John Travolta's a bad motherfucker, dude.
Hey, he's fucking Kelly Preston, so he's doing pretty good for himself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I like I said, I don't care what the fuck he's doing. One of the best parts of this movie, though, is right in the beginning. Literally, it starts at 1 minute. I told Anthony I wanted to play this part, so let me go ahead and do that for you right now. This is all about the handshake.
Yes.
Paul. Oh God, Guilfoyle. Is that how you say his name?
Close enough.
I'm not even sure how to say this guy's name. This guy literally has been in every cop TV show you've ever seen, from CSI to Law and Order. If you don't know who this
that, was he in NYPD Blue?
I don't think he ever did an episode of NYPD Blue.
Blasphemy.
No, I don't think he did, but he is. I mean, he was in CSI forever, LA Confidential, Air Force One. He was in Air Force One. He was in the original CSI, by the way, not all the others. But he's been in a ton of fucking movies. What's the movie where he's really fucking Ransom? He was in Ransom. With that was the Mel Gibson movie. That was a good one. Cadillac Man. Did you ever see Cadillac Man? With Robin Williams. That's another one Anthony needs to check out. It looks like I lost Anthony for a minute there. They're trying to get the call back right now, so just give me a minute here. We'll try to get Anthony back. If not, I'll take a little fucking break. We'll find out real quick. Tell you what, while Anthony's trying to come back, let me play this part for everybody. Here we go.
You know, I've seen him do it a million times now, but I can't tell you how he does it, Henry. The right-handed part. I can tell you a whole lot about what he does with his left hand, though. He's a genius with it. He might put that left hand on your elbow. Or up on your bicep, like he's doing now. Very basic move. He's interested in you. He's honored to meet you. But if he gets any higher, if he gets on your shoulder like that, it's not as intimate. It means he'll share a laugh with you or a secret, a light secret, not a real one, but very flattering. If he doesn't know you that well, he wants to share something emotional with you, he'll lock in with a two-hander. Well, you'll see when he shakes hands with you, Henry. Governor!
All right, there we go. That was the one part I wanted to play, all about the handshake. And this is where we actually first see John Travolta. He's got the gray hair. He's doing the voice. You know, you can obviously hear. I'll play a little bit of the voice for you real quick.
I hitchhiked to Washington to hear him speak. He was a great man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, obviously doing a Clinton impression there. Everybody, I'll tell you what, give me a couple seconds here. I'm going to go get Anthony, and I shall return. All right, thank you. All right, see, that was a real quick break. Sorry about that, everybody. Got Anthony back here, and look, I even hit record. That's like, almost like I know what the fuck I'm doing. All right, I played that the handshake scene where they're explaining the handshake. You know, if he locks you in a two-hander, if he does this, if he does that.
Yeah, I loved it. If he puts his hand on your shoulder, it's like, yeah, he likes you, but not very much.
I got to tell you something. Listen, movies know one thing. You're really locked in right in the beginning. This movie does that. It grabs you right in the beginning of the fucking movie. Immediately. Definitely. That scene right there immediately grabs me. I really want to check this movie out. After that one scene, you're like, oh, man, this guy really is a fucking master. But, yeah, I mean, but, you know, it gets into that. Like I said, this was the first time we see Travolta. He's got the gray hair. They even gave him the gray eyebrows. For those of you who don't know, he had to gain 30 pounds to do this movie.
Yes, even a mannerism.
Obviously, I mean, you know, there was a few years that people were like, no, this isn't about Clinton. It came out about a year later that, yeah, this movie was loosely based on his 1992 presidential run. But come on, I mean, if you heard, just watch the movie. Just watch the fucking movie. But, you know, I think we've gone through most of the actors. Again, Maura Tierney, she was in News Radio. If you've never seen her, oof. She is smoking hot. She's one of those little girl next door, brunette-looking girls. But very, very, very hot. Let's see. Larry Hagman, also in this movie, one of the original cast of Dallas. He's another, you know, in his time, he was the pimp of all pimps, I believe. Larry Hagman.
Larry Hagman.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking legend.
Yep. Fucking.
Yeah, we're going to get to it
JR.
later in the movie, but he actually makes a wrestling reference of all things.
Yes, he
does.
does.
His big speech.
Yes, he does.
Remember that part?
He basically, yeah, he does. He makes a quick little pro wrestling reference. So, by the way, have you ever seen Cadillac Man? Right when I lost you, I was asking you. Ever seen Cadillac Man with Robin Williams?
Oh yeah, that's one of those forgotten. I guess one of these weeks we're going to do like a Robin Williams show.
Yeah,
that's one of those forgotten gems that he did. He went through a stretch where he just made a lot of good movies that didn't get a lot of press.
Yeah, and what's the guy's name we're talking about? Paul Guilfoyle.
Basically, he was Travolta's right-hand man in the movie.
In the movie, he was, but again, some movies this guy has been in. Just to give you some references, what's the one he's in that I love? The Negotiator.
Oh damn!
He's killed right in the beginning. He's not even credited in that fucking movie, but he's in The Negotiator. Like I said, Ransom. He's in that movie.
That's
but
that's one of those movies that came out before Mel Gibson went off the reservation.
Yeah, exactly. He was in One Tough Cop. This guy, and like I said, he's been in so many cop shows, cop movies. It's every CSI you can think of, from video game to everything. He was involved in it, and still doing CSI. He was in the TV movie that just came out last year. So. Big CSI guy, but I don't know. I know him mainly from playing Little Jack Turgeon in Cadillac Man. That's a movie. That's one of my favorite movies right there.
Yeah,
really.
If you're saying, there's a theme tonight, folks. We love cop shows and cop movies.
Yeah, if you haven't figured that out. But I've admitted my love for cop series, so nothing I can do. Basically, like we were saying, this movie kind of, and forgive me if we kind of knock this out tonight and I bolt out of here. I feel like shite. Basically, he plays character Jack Stanton. Obviously, they couldn't use Clinton. So he plays Governor Jack Stanton. Emma Thompson plays his wife, Susan Stanton. Billy Bob Thornton's in this movie. Also, he basically plays a fucking what he is. He basically just plays a fucking redneck in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Kathy Bates is in this movie. Do I even have to explain who she is? Misery. Hello.
Yes. And Kathy Bates, I think she got I'm going off of memory here, but I believe she got like an Oscar nomination. I'm not sure if she won, but I know she got one for this movie.
Probably. I mean, look, you got to realize this movie had a lot of not only big actors starring in it, but a lot of cameos. Larry King was in this movie. Geraldo was in this movie. Some big cameos in this movie. This was Bill Mayer was in this movie. Mayer, however you want to say his fucking name. It's up to you. James Earl Jones' voice was even in this goddamn movie.
It's big then, man.
Oh, absolutely. So, but, like I had said in the beginning, this movie basically shows a lot of not only what happens with the candidates, but this movie sort of, I guess you could really say this movie is actually based on the story of Adrian Lester, Henry Burton, who is basically never accepts the job as campaign manager. Is just sort of thrown into it.
Yeah, that's kind of like a running gag in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where he's like, I didn't commit to anything, guys. I said I would come down here and meet with you people and take it from there.
Yeah,
but
next thing you know, he's on an airplane.
Charmed by the snake charmer.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, and you really get a sense of how Clinton became president. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. That was a smooth talking son of a bitch. He could lie to you, be like, yeah, but he's so damn charming.
Yeah.
You can know that he's full of shit and lying to you, but that's all right. That's just Bill being Bill.
You almost wanted the guy to lie to you. But like I was saying, I guess this movie really could be. I really guess I know you could go with, yeah, the whole movie's about Clinton, but when you really dig deep into the movie, it's about Henry. Because the main focus on this movie is him and what he goes through to keep these people in line, out of trouble, and to keep the campaign running. You know, I mean, he jumps through a lot of hoops. Not only a lot of hoops, but he gets one giant pile of shit thrown in his lap. So I guess you could say this movie is mostly about the, you know, trials and tribulations of a campaign manager, you know, Henry Burton.
Yeah, but and I guess we're all over the place. But like I said, this is going to be a fairly quick movie to go through. It's kind of like very cut and dry. But the scene, right? I would say it's about roughly 5 to 6 minutes in, where I think Travolta's character wins Henry over when he's listening to that story from the one guy that basically said he got passed through school because he had I guess he was dyslexic,
illiterate, couldn't read at all.
Couldn't read and write, and they basically just passed him through basically our school system in the States here. Go figure. And then when he got to his graduation, and they read off the diplomas, so and so guy graduated for this, and then it got to this dude, this poor bastard.
Yeah,
he gets a certificate for good attendance.
Yeah,
and then you see the look at everybody. I mean, it was funny, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah, they were all like, "Oh, how horrible!"
Yeah, it was like emotional. It's like movies always do this shit. They always hit you with that heavy-handed emotion, and then they always show everybody with that one tear in their eye.
Yep. Yep. And as soon as
you knew it was getting real when Henry had that one tear. He did the slow look up.
Yeah, he's like,
and then he had the tear coming out of his eye.
Holy shit, he's crying too. Yeah, he had him.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like it was a good scene, but I just wanted to point that out because I thought that was a little bit heavy-handed because they were going for like they was going for the jugular with that one.
Oh yeah.
If you paid attention to like the body language of everybody and you're basically watching the movie through Henry's eyes. Mm-hmm. So whatever he's going through, you're supposed to be going through too with him.
Right, exactly. That's why I guess this movie basically is like the trials and tribulations of Henry Burton. So, but I mean, right in the beginning of this movie, he's John Travolta's character is cheating on his wife with not very good-looking women, but
I don't know, man. You think this was you think the guy that made this movie was secretly a Republican? Because it just seems like they were taking like a lot of little subtle digs. Well, whether it's his diet, the fact that he cheated with ugly women.
Well, the guy that made this movie he
was a black president, quote unquote.
Yeah, the guy that made this movie was actually his campaign manager, I believe.
Wow,
see something
that says a lot.
This movie was revealed to be written by Joe Klein, who was covering Clinton's campaign for Newsweek. That's what it was. So he was actually covering the campaign. So he knew everything going on behind the scenes, obviously. But yeah, I mean, immediately cheating on his wife, and Henry already knows stuff that he's going to have to bear when he's taken this job. But I don't know. Let's see. From there, where should we go from there? Yep, Henry finally takes on the job as the campaign manager. Finds out he's got nobody. They don't know jack shit when he gets there. But Billy Bob Thornton shows up and shows his dick to people. That's a good part in the movie.
Billy Bob, I gotta say this. Billy Bob Thornton, regardless of what movie he's in, is fucking awesome. He's fucking gold. The movie can be complete shit, but as long as he's on camera, it's going to be gold.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just I don't know what it is. What do you think his technique is? You think they just give him a script and they just say, "Billy Bob it up"? Just say it how you would say it in real life, because when you listen to him talk, it honestly doesn't seem like he's reading from a script.
No, he's just an old.
It really doesn't.
He's just a Southern dude who knows how to do shit. He does, man. He's just an old Southern dude. Here, come on. Listen to this part.
Hey, And a year later, she just got one leg from diabetes. But she could have done it.
Diabetes.
Anything, my mama. She could have been anything.
God bless the mama.
My mama worked her whole life and never asked for nothing.
Shit, my mama raised 7 children.
I'll get to the breakdown in a minute, but I mean, just listen to him talk from diabetes.
Mamathon that can go.
Fucking. Here we
have
go.
to figure he's.
My mama worked her whole life for her family and never did anything for herself. And now they're cutting her up, cutting pieces out of her. Well, why'd that happen to my mama?
I looked over John.
That's not supposed to be funny, but it really is.
And if you listen closely, Bob, I don't know if you saw it, but you hear traces of Billy Bob and Bad Santa in this movie.
I hate to say,
but you really do. If you watch him in that movie and like his mannerisms and his voice, and you like his how he says things, how he is in Primary Colors, he sounds almost to a T like he does in Bad Santa.
Never seen Bad Santa.
You have to see that.
Matter of fact,
yeah, that's going to be on the Christmas itinerary.
I've been told I have to see it. So
yes, and especially with the sequel coming out.
Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, I'll have to listen to that shit. But and I will. I'll check them both out. So yeah, so let's get into some of the scandals, I guess, that he gets caught in. The first one is Kashmir McLeod, which is his wife's hairdresser. Obviously, this is the first one he gets caught having an affair with, and it's found that there are tapes of him speaking to her, but Henry realizes they're fakes when he finds out that it's actually a conversation he has with him. So there's one that they get themselves out of.
Hey, we got to say this right. If we're going to keep saying this, this kid Henry, we got to say it right. Hendry.
Yeah, fucking Hendry. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to get my Goodfellas references in.
Listen up. Listen up, Hendry. This is what we got to do. All right. But yeah, that's his first, the first one that he gets into. Then we get into the babysitter that we were talking about. Basically, the part I just played there at his friend Big Willie's house. Old Southern guy, owns a little barbecue place, and has a daughter, 17-year-old daughter Loretta, and is Stanton's babysitter, and is pregnant and says that Stanton is the father. So there is another one that they have to get themselves out of. Now, after they kind of get themselves out of that one, sort of, another one when, well, what's his name? John Travolta is going on a talk show to obviously, promote his campaign and in Florida go against the guy that he's running against. The guy actually suffers a heart attack on air and obviously has to withdraw from the race and is replaced by Governor Fred Picker, also Larry Hagman. And this is when the movie takes a turn, starts to get a little more serious here, I would say. You think?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Definitely, actually it does, because this is where Hendry and Kathy Bates' character in this movie is Libby. Go looking for things. Basically, they're going out looking for dirt on Larry Hagman.
Yes. And I'm not distracted, but I'm actually looking at the movie. Well, and I'm at the part where, I forgot the guy's name, but remember when Kathy Bates threatened to blow his nuts off?
Oh, yeah, that was a great part.
We got to talk about that scene for a minute.
Yeah, she's literally sitting there with what looks to be a .45 caliber handgun, and is forcing this guy to admit that he faked the tapes that the first ones we were talking about, the Cashmere McCloud, she's holding a gun to his nuts. I got to tell you something. You hold a gun to my nuts, I'm going to give up shit that I don't even fucking know. I will tell you where Jimmy Hoffa is buried, and I don't have a fucking clue. Okay?
You're right. You ain't never lied. Like I would be like, hey, in a situation like that, I'd be like, Rodney King had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, whoop his ass.
OJ did it. All right. Okay.
Yeah, like, hey, yeah. It's funny what you can get a man to confess to when you threaten his manhood. Ain't it funny how that works?
Yeah. I'd say about anything at that point. I'm not sure, but I would say pretty much fucking anything at that point. You got a gun to my nuts, there's not much I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Yep. Not a damn thing that I won't fucking tell you. As they're going out and looking for dirt on Larry Hagman's character, Fred Picker, in this, they do end up finding it. I mean, they find homosexuality. They find cocaine use. They find all kinds of things that he was into. So, I mean, they even found the guy's supplier and everything. And then this is where the movie takes another serious turn, is where Henry and Libby go back to tell them the news. And Kathy Bates has a little breakdown here.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to use it, doesn't think it's right, obviously has a moral problem with it. So, you know, and there is another part I want to get back to before we get, because that's kind of the end of the movie. We need to, I do want to get to the one scene, another scene, where he hooks Henry. Is they've gone through, they've skated through a couple of, little scandals there. And John Travolta goes to a little town where obviously, manufacturing and, little places are the heart of the little town.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's given a speech and, basically being an honest politician, which, I guess that's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? Honest politician? Yeah. Those two words kind of cancel each other out. So, but he's doing that, and he talks about thinking with your mind instead of with your hands. And the guy looks over at Henry.
Oh yeah,
looks over at Henry, and he goes, he just lost him, and he goes, fuck him, he's got me. So, that's...
That was in the look on his face.
Yep.
I wish we had Theo right now to show people, because I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
And it's like, his face, his facial expression told the story. The line was great, but he honestly didn't have to say a fucking word, and you would have got where he was coming from.
Absolutely.
With his facials.
Yeah, and he just went, fuck him, he's got me. Another spot where he's just got Henry hooked. And, that was fun right there. That was a fun part. Travolta, again, just being Travolta. I don't know. He's just amazing to me. Just the kind of guy that you could give any part to, and he'll make it what he's got to do it. Make it his own.
Let me ask you something, because I guess obviously we're going to be getting into the election after the movie review here. But I wanted to get your opinion on this. What do you think it is, about Clinton that allowed him to kind of like skate through all of these scandals, whereas it buries other people? Like, the drugs, the women, and if you really think about it, he skated through a lot of shit unscathed for the most part.
He was a charming motherfucker, dude. He was a charming motherfucker, bro. People loved him. It didn't matter what he was doing, what he was saying. People seemed to really cling to Bill Clinton, and they still kind of do. They listen to him. I mean, obviously not as good as they used to. I guess you saw the outcome. But I really think just his charm, the way he spoke, he had a great campaign behind him that had a good PR person that could spin the shit out of this stuff. So, that's what it takes in politics, good people behind you.
And as far who was it? Emma Thompson. Did you think she? They claim that the character wasn't meant to be based on Hillary, but clearly that's what they were going for to an extent. Do you think she pulled off a good Hillary?
Yeah. Pretty good. And we failed to mention that a lot of this movie deals on a lot of what she had to go through, things that she knew that she didn't even tell, her husband in this movie that she knew. She had to keep a lot bottled up in this movie too.
Yeah, because obviously in real life, the real Hillary had to take a lot of heat for standing by her husband once the Lewinsky shit broke out.
Right.
But I actually did kind of like when I guess he was on a pseudo Geraldo type of show, and they were doing a whole husband and wife thing, holding hands. And the minute the cameraman yelled "cut," she just snatched the hand away and just walked away.
Yeah.
You think a lot of that was going on in real life?
Oh yeah. Yeah, again, they sprinkle in the fiction, so you're not 100% sure what's true and what's not true. I think that was one of the parts that are true. People have said for years that marriage is nothing but a shell to just, have them in the public eye.
They're keeping up appearances, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I definitely think that had some truth to it. Might not have been to that extreme, but I'm sure there was a little bit of truth to that. So, I don't know. But there was that. But, yeah, I did want to mention that definitely his wife had a lot of, stuff to hold in. This campaign was probably tougher on her than him is what they were trying to show, basically.
Yeah, definitely. I guess, I don't know. It's just... I guess the best way to describe it is they were trying to paint Bill Clinton as a person that, yeah, he did a lot of fucked up shit in his own life, but he genuinely cared about people. Mm-hmm. Like, he's one of the few politicians that when, you can never really tell sometimes. Like, all politicians, even him, have a baseline level of bullshit.
Right.
When they do their little speeches. But you always got the sense that he genuinely cared about people. And people, because people, for the most part, can tell when you're bullshitting them. And it's like he kind of felt he knew how to connect with people. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it here.
No, you're right.
He had a connection with people. Like when he shook your hand, he looked you in the eye. He talked in a way that made you feel like, man, this motherfucker sympathizes with. He knows what I'm going through. It's like you feel like he goes through the same shit that you go through.
He had, my dad always sort of compared Bill Clinton to like an Elvis kind of character. Just a nice, quiet Southern boy, very charming, who people flocked to. People wanted to listen. Listen, Elvis Presley wasn't he was very influential, but he was basically just a shy Southern boy, and people loved that about him. Even the flashy clothes and everything, underneath he was still just a shy Southern boy. And people really liked that about him, and that might have been what made Elvis so big. But Clinton was the same kind of guy. He was kind of I wouldn't say shy, but he had that Southern sort of friendliness about him that made you kind of want to listen to him, think about what he said, and just kind of get lost.
And also you brought up the little speech you gave to the union workers or construction workers.
Yeah.
He more or less, I guess another underrated aspect of why people liked him was he really didn't run from the controversy. He basically addressed it, and he really kind of he didn't come out and say, I did X, Y, and Z. I did not inhale.
Yeah.
But he more or less addressed it. He always addressed the elephant in the room.
In the beginning, he did. When it came down to the end, he was
he kind of
shucking, jiving, dodging, bobbing, and weaving, asking for the definition of the word is. Come on, dude. Yeah. But, in the beginning, he definitely did. He hit it head on, and that was something people hadn't seen.
Yeah.
I
do wish this movie did miss out on one iconic moment. Mm-hmm. They should have recreated the classic scene of him playing the saxophone on Arsenio Hall. Come on now. What the hell was Arsenio Hall doing in 1998? They couldn't give him a call.
He might have been helping Eddie out with a movie or something. Who knows? I guess let's get back to where Libby and Henry came back and were given the information. She breaks into a whole thing, starts talking about when they first met, the whole campaign and everything back in the 70s. Basically has a little nervous breakdown. Now, you got to remember in this movie, this isn't her first nervous breakdown. She is just out of the booby hatch, as they call it in this movie, or the loony bin.
You had that speech clued up? Because that was actually a pivotal part in the scene, in the movie, I should say.
Yeah, this part here?
Yeah.
Oh, this was a very big part in the movie because it really shifts the movie. After going through her whole speech, screaming, crying, basically telling them that, if you move on Fred Picker, I'm going to move on you, because she found out that the test he took for proving the baby wasn't his with the babysitter wasn't his blood. So she basically says, you move on Picker, I move on you. But, that night she actually leaves, drives Henry back, and ends up killing herself, basically right outside of Henry's hotel room.
That was pretty heavy.
It was, and Henry came running down. She's a friend of mine. What a very emotional part by Adrian Lester here. He's sort of a underrated guy too. Hasn't done a shitload of movies. Probably, look, I don't think he's probably done more than 30, maybe 30 at the most.
Yeah, I mean, probably outside of this, I don't know if you ever, most well-known thing he's really known for, at least in the black community, he did a stint on a show called Girlfriends back on the UPN network way back when.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through this, and I don't see much. I see Girlfriends. He was in 9 whole episodes. And that's really, he hasn't done that much really at all. But in this movie, in my opinion, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't, because I thought he was very good in this movie.
I was actually surprised to find out that he was from England, born and raised.
I'm noticing a lot of these movies have UK and...
But I had looked up some of his background information. He pulls off a hell of an American accent. I would have never guessed that this dude was from England.
I got to tell you something, dude. I think it's amazing how a lot of these English people can just cut off their accents in a fucking blink of an eye. I know a lot of us Americans can do the accent, but not as good as these guys can shut their accents off.
Yeah.
Not as good as these guys, especially when they sing. I mean, Jesus Christ, the first time I heard Phil Collins speak, I almost fell over in my chair. He sings they sing in perfect, English, and then they get on the microphone, they're like, yeah, so I was down at the pub the other day, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Okay. You know what it was? You know what I blame it on, Box? It was in the air that night.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I love that fucking song.
I'm a Phil Collins fan. I like Phil Collins. He's got a ton of good songs. Even in Genesis, he had some good songs. We're actually almost at the end of the movie. Again, this is kind of a cut and dry movie. I don't really want to dwell on a lot of it. And with the election going on, I don't think we need to torture you guys with a scene by scene.
Yeah, this was pretty much the best way to sum up this movie. It was basically like a semi-autobiographical movie about Bill Clinton's first run at the White House.
Yeah, and obviously we've said it a few times, some fiction thrown in to throw you off the real story. But basically, the movie turns out with Travolta's character goes to Fred Picker, Larry Hagman in the movie, goes to him and gives him the information, tells him he's not going to use it, which is really what Libby wanted him to do in the first place. So Travolta in this movie does end up honoring Libby's wishes against his wishes, obviously. And really, Henry tries to quit right there. Travolta talks him into staying, and the next scene is Travolta shaking hands with everybody as president, and the last hand he shakes is Henry's hand. And Henry did stay with them, and they made it all the way to the presidency. And that is pretty much the movie. I'll give you a little bit of, you want to do a little trivia, Anthony? Little known facts?
Yeah, this is a pretty obscure movie. So yeah, let's hit them with some random factoids.
I wouldn't call it obscure. I would call it...
Not obscure, it's just a movie that doesn't get talked about, I mean.
Because it didn't do well in the theater. You know what, in just a minute I'll look into 1998 films, and we'll get into some of that stuff. And we'll get into the election here. I just wanted to get through this movie, and then we can do some bullshitting. President Clinton enjoyed the film so much, he actually invited John Travolta to a party. The only condition was Travolta had to come as Jack Stanton. Travolta did.
Oh, that had to be... Oh, man.
Travolta did decline. Even then, he knew what weird was. Lead original. Now, the lead part in this movie was actually offered to a few different people. Tom Hanks, who turned it down because of his friendship with Bill Clinton. Mel Gibson was also considered for the role. And Jack Nicholson also considered for this role. So 3 people were considered for the role. Travolta beat them all out. I really think, by the way the movie was, I think that was their best way to go. No way any 3 of those guys could.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say because those are some heavy hitters right there. The best thing I could say is it probably would have it would have changed the dynamic of the movie. I think they went with Travolta because they looked at it like facially, the build. They could make him more Clinton-esque.
Yeah, and I mean, out of the 3, I think the only one that would have knocked it out of the park would have been Nicholson. I really do.
You don't think it would have been too over the top?
No, I think he could have done it. I mean, dude, watch him in Hoffa. You want to see where he tones it down? Watch Nicholson in Hoffa.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, he tones the Nicholson down in that movie. There was a scene where Larry Hagman was at a rally, and they actually kept Larry Hagman's appearance secret from the extras at the rally, and that applause you heard was real. It was genuine. He was recovering from a broken rib at the time, was in a lot of discomfort, so couldn't really enjoy it. There's not much more. This film was the opening film of the 1998 Cannes Film Festival. And let's see. Not much more, really. All the other ones are kind of weird. And not worth mentioning.
Yeah, well, like I said, overall, I would recommend the movie. It's a good movie. It's long, so if you're gonna watch it, prepare to stay locked in for about 2.5 hours. But it's a good movie.
2:17, I think.
By.
I think it's 2 hours 17 minutes. That's including everything. Give me 2 seconds here. Let me load it up here. Yeah, 2 hours 17 minutes. So yeah, it's definitely a time movie.
But it honestly flies by.
Yeah, you're going to be there.
For me.
Yeah,
it depends on your tolerance for politics and things like that. But I'm interested. I'm always interested into the behind the scenes aspects of how things came to be. Mm-hmm. So for me, it flew by.
Yeah, definitely. It is one of those movies that before you know it, the 2 hours are over. But I don't know. I really think this was a good movie to do. This week, obviously with the election going on, obviously with the protesting going on. Listen,
yeah.
Can I say this?
Yeah, I'm gonna say a few things. So you're gonna be the nicer of the two.
I'm gonna try. First of all, grow the fuck up. Number one, this was an election. This wasn't we decided to choose this guy. This was an election. This is what someone else won. You people are whining because you didn't want him to win. Oh, he ain't my president. You know what? If he's not your president, why don't you be one of the motherfuckers moving to Canada? How's that? We don't need you. It doesn't. This is what happens. This is America. This was what happened. Grow the fuck up. Stop being hypocrites. You're the same people who are saying that Trump's, supporters are all violent pieces of shit. You motherfuckers are dragging people out of cars because they allegedly voted for Trump? Is that how you fucking solve shit?
Yeah.
One more thing. If you ever dragged me out of my car, by the way, you're not going to make it past the fucking bumper. I'm gonna let you hit me once or twice to make sure I look bad, but you're not making it past the fucking bumper. Trust me. Trust my 9mm too. You will not do that shit to me. Go fuck yourself. I think this protesting is bullshit. I think it's hypocritical, and I think that if you don't consider this man your president after 100% fair and square election where you people voted, then get the fuck out. You don't have to be here. Airplanes leave this fucking country every hour. I guarantee it. Go.
Yep.
Go. It'll make driving easier on me. Fuck you. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't, Box, we're pretty much in agreement. Look, I'm all for the peaceful protest, speaking your mind, but at some point, people have to just get with the fucking program. I don't like Trump. I've made that point abundantly clear. And I was, like a lot of people, I was in shock. But you know what? After a day or two, I got the fuck over it. I got the fuck over it. You got people protesting. They got people in therapy now. They're talking about people having to go to fucking therapy about this shit.
This is another thing pissing me off. The fact that they're canceling tests. They are canceling school. Does this not define how pussified America has gotten to where we are having consolement therapists for an election? What the fuck are we? What kind of pussies are we raising? Are we raising children? Is that what we're raising? No, we're raising fucking babies.
I'm sorry, if you're college age and you need a day off from school or work because of the election, go fuck yourself. Look, they got GoFundMe's. Yeah. I want to say go fuck yourself.
Listen, you want to take the day off and use the excuse, the election, and go smoke pot and drink? I got no problem with that. But if you really need therapy, you need more than just therapy for coping with a fucking loss. You need therapy because you're fucking pussy. Sorry. I'm sorry. Kurt, you might want to take over for
What's up?
What's going on,
bro? Call in, man.
Hey, hey, I was listening in. Hey, man, keep it going. I'm good.
No. We need some balance to the conversation.
These consolement things really have me pissed because it literally defines how pussified America is. We're not raising children. We're raising emo. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say we're raising a bunch of emo little faggots. That's what we are fucking raising. That is not what the fuck this world's need. That's why everyone is so PC. Because everyone's offended by everything. This is not the 1960s. We don't need to fucking protest everything anymore. And especially with the violence that's happening. And, even Budzilla in the chat room, seeing violence coming from both sides, and it's very sad. He's right. It's completely sad. It's sad that people are acting like this. But I think, like I said, the saddest thing is that we have grown-ass men.
Yep.
Grown-ass men who need to fucking go see a therapist because Hillary lost. My God, take out your fucking tampon, you fucking cunt. Anyway, I'm sorry. You thought I was going to be nice, didn't you, Anthony?
Days to get that one out, Pops.
You thought I was going to be nice.
Nah, it's just like, I'm of the belief that, look, we voted in this election. For better or for worse, somebody had to vote for this dude. So I can either sit back and bitch and like you said, pull out my tampon for the next 4 years, or I can nut up and accept it. And look, He's in office. Let's see what he does. This could be the longest fucking joke of a presidency that we've ever seen, or he could get some shit done. We don't know. But at this point, if you are a person that are, no amount of protest, no amount of he's not my president is going to change the fact that, God damn it, he is the fucking president. And I don't know how you guys feel. Like I said, I don't like the fact that he's our president, but the fact is, I'm an American. We're all American. It's not a good look to other world leaders, to other countries, when we show disrespect to our leader. And I'm of the belief that you don't have to respect the man, but you got to respect the title. You got to respect the title.
You have to respect the fact that when you looked at that map when you were watching the fucking election Tuesday, did anyone really think Hillary had a chance to win after fucking Trump won every fucking redneck state? Every state that their number one seller is F-150, he won.
Hilarious.
Kurt, by the way, go ahead. I asked you to speak before, and then I started ranting.
Sorry, we dominate, but thank you for calling.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, thanks for that.
No problem. No, you're absolutely right. And I was going to actually say the exact same thing you did. I mean, at least what am I? I'm in Central Time, right? I'm from a state where the number one truck is F-150. The number one seller is F-150.
Hey, so am I, man. I'm in Texas.
At about 9:30 my time, I already realized he was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, he won. Congratulations. He didn't cheat. He won fair and square. So what's the point of being outraged about? At least it's like this. I can understand people being upset about the things that he did and the people he campaigned to and the things that were said in order to gain votes and to win. I get that. Mm-hmm. And I understand the concern of those people, me being one of them, who were kind of a little weary of what could happen if he was elected in that, campaigning the way he did, because he did appeal to, and this is not every Trump supporter. And I told people to be careful about this. Don't just assume that people who voted for Trump automatically they're some kind of racist, homophobic, bigot or something like that. That's not true. I know plenty of people, white and black, who voted for Trump because they felt like, one, they were dealt a bad hand to begin with both candidates. Mm-hmm. And two, while some people thought Hillary was the lesser of two evils, there were some people who thought Trump was the lesser of two evils, and they voted accordingly. And there were some people who, though Trump did spit that rhetoric, they did feel like, but if you can escape all of that, they feel like he did have some good policies that he wanted to go for that would help the country, and they voted accordingly.
Mm-hmm. And let's face it,
go ahead.
Yeah, well, they also voted for the person who wasn't being investigated every other week by the FBI. I'm sorry. Did I say that? I'm sorry. That was logical. How stupid are these people? Your fucking candidate was being investigated by the FBI. Your fucking candidate got busted with an email for directions, instructions on how to kill another man. But you know what? You're right. Donald Trump is the evil one. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, look at it like this: they're both assholes, but Trump was like an upfront asshole. It's like he's the type of dude that he knows he's an asshole. He'll tell you he's an asshole, and he's proud that he's an asshole.
You said it. He may do a really good job. You know what? This country is a business. It really is. You have to think about it. That's what this country is. We are a giant business conglomerate. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Business, making money one way or the other, either working or owning a business, something like that. This country is business. Donald Trump runs businesses. He's said a few good things. The guy wants to bring manufacturing back. If you're not for bringing manufacturing back to this country, you got a problem. Those are called jobs, you lazy fucks. All you protesters who should have been at fucking work today might have had a fucking job to go to. Take your time. Be patient, you cocksuckers. Anyway, it's goddamn Wednesday they started protesting. Go to work. Go the fuck to work.
I'm sorry though. To your point, boss. I can't even imagine. Could you imagine? You're a grown ass man. You wake up Wednesday morning. You wake up to a Donald Trump America. Mm-hmm. You pick up your phone and you call your boss, and you have the temerity to call your boss, not because of a death in the family, not because of you're sick or whatever. You call your boss to say, I can't make it into work today because I am too emotionally distraught at this election result. Can I take off?
And your boss has to say, yes, it's fine. Because...
No, he doesn't. Does he really?
Listen.
Well, some people get off for election day, so I would imagine if people were emotionally fucked up about the result, they could probably get around it legally.
Dude, once these schools started taking days off and tests, all you would have to do is sue one employee for fucking firing you that day, and you're a millionaire.
That's nutty.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, that could happen. Dude, some chick sued McDonald's because the coffee was too hot.
Yep.
Did you order iced coffee, bitch? No.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. And that's why they had a fucking... And now, because of that, bitch, that's why...
They had to have that little sign in the window.
Yeah, well, that's why they have the sign on the coffee. This may be hot. Well, yeah, I didn't order fucking ice.
Well, fucking duh. It's coffee.
Yeah, I see the steam. I see it.
Oh, God.
Does steam mean it's cold? No. No.
And I did want to point out, I don't know if you've seen it, Box. I'm actually going to try to find the video. But I was listening to our friends over at Wrestling Soup yesterday, and they brought up an interesting video of a anti-Trump person. She's a female, and she felt compelled in front of her supporters there to strip down, not strip down completely naked, but strip down enough.
I did see
and she took a shit.
Yes.
On the Trump side, and she actually wiped said shit.
Yes, actually,
on the side. I don't know if you heard about this.
I didn't hear about it. I actually saw this video on Facebook.
What?
I might have saved it. First thing I want to say is that was a woman's ass. Really?
Yeah, and I know this is like the movie show, not the wrestling show, but my God, I'll never complain about seeing a woman's ass. But, my God, and this is not a racial thing. I don't refer to my friends as black and white. They're just my friends. But, my God, this woman needed a tan. This is just a PSA. If you're one of these freaks out there that's going to take public shits and show your ass, at least have the common decency to tan first. This woman made fucking Sheamus look dark-skinned.
Yeah.
That's how pale her ass was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But yeah, I did see that. I was kind of surprised it was on Facebook, but
really though, geez.
Well, my timeline is full of stuff that I always say I can't believe this made it to Facebook, so don't worry about it.
Have you exercised that blocking option, either one of you, this week?
Oh, fuck no. You know what? I have not unfriended one person this week, by the way. If you're really unfriending people over their political beliefs, you might also... Well, Godzilla said, what a shitty story. I see what... Seriously, if you're unfriending people over politics and political beliefs, you really might want to take a peek in the mirror and just sort of be like, did I just do that? Really? Am I that shallow too? Yeah. You should not lose friends. Yeah.
If you let this election fuck up your relationships with family, friends, once again, get a fucking grip.
Yeah, I mean, my parents, both of them were huge Trump supporters from day one. So, they were happy. But, my dad's also not the, real racist kind of guy. I mean, my dad's a goddamn, Syrian Christian. My mother's Jewish. So, hey, Trump supporters, they come in all fucking flavors,
Exactly, and that's what I try to let people know. Just because, and he said what he said, whatever, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people who support him necessarily feel the exact same way on every view that he made. I don't even believe honestly, it was like he's swerving a lot of people because a lot of the stuff he said, it turns out a lot of that stuff is just things he said during the campaign trail to get votes. A lot of the stuff he done backtracked on, and it turns out Like every politician does, say certain things to appeal to certain people to get votes. Heck, I'm starting to see a lot of the different policies and everything that he's wanting to do. Hell, he's wanting to do a lot of stuff in the black community, in the African American community. As far as with making HBCUs more affordable, with making streets safer for African American children. I've seen a lot of good things that he put in there. So get a dude a chance, but also even beyond that, look, politics is politics, and it's always going to be that. But it should never make you go crazy the way people are going. I'm seeing people mistreat Muslims who, for all they know, are here legal. And threatening them, I'm seeing people getting jumped. I'm seeing Trump supporters getting jumped. I'm seeing Hillary supporters getting jumped. I'm seeing people who don't got anything to do with much of nothing getting beat up. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, if you voted for Hillary, you got your ass whooped. If you voted for Trump, you got your ass whooped. If you didn't vote for nobody, you got your ass whooped. That's the theme of the week. You got your ass whooped for this election.
Well, they're saying a lot of people didn't vote. Like 46% of the population, they're saying, did not vote.
Yep.
Yeah, because it was from the jump. People really seriously did not like the candidates that they had to choose from. Come on, man. 15,000 people voted for a dead gorilla. Matt Hardy got a call that night informing him that he was getting thousands of votes.
Oh, dude, Matt Hardy. Dude, you know, I would have voted for the fucking Rock.
Oh, yeah, breaking news. He might be running in 2020.
That's been a rumor. I would vote. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now.
I would vote for him.
Listen, why are people surprised first of all, a WWE Hall of Famer, but a reality star got elected for president? Why is anyone shocked at that? Fucking Jesse.
That's the climate. That's the climate nowadays. I'm surprised anybody would be surprised about that. Yeah. The way the nation, actually not the nation, the way the world is set up nowadays, but especially the nation, we are an entertainment, socially media-driven environment. This was the perfect alignment for somebody with that kind of background to win something like this. The stars aligned perfectly for him to do it.
Yep. Bro.
Ronald Reagan was a fucking actor for how many years?
Exactly. Reagan was an... Dude, if they could find a way to let Schwarzenegger run for president, you don't think that motherfucker would win by a landslide?
Exactly.
You don't think so? First of all, people would just see the fucking ballot, see his name, and just immediately vote for him. Like, I vote for Arnold, back to the chopper.
Yeah, and plus let's be honest, we like to Curtis' point, we are so social media oriented today. That's what these that's what these politicians are geared towards. So they're actually kind of like trying to gear towards a younger mindset. Like the people that are coming up now, it's not like when Box was growing up in olden times, where they were actually cared about the issues and stuff like that.
21s could do back in my day.
But see,
back in my day, they talked like this. We drove.
But it was, jokes aside, this election was decided by Facebook memes.
What's this
Twitter?
Facebook,
I mean, think about it.
Facebook, huh? What's
Donald
this
Trump
Facebook
was
thing?
getting pissed off 3-4 o'clock in the morning at something somebody posted on Twitter.
Muggsy.
Exactly. But see, somebody asked me in Solo's group, they was like, well, what is all said and done, which as far as I'm concerned is, what would this election mean? And to kind of take the words from Benny Siegel, I said this election is going to lead to a lot of fuckery. Like in 2020, in elections afterwards, it's going to lead to a lot of different candidates that you're going to see. You're going to be surprised and even like, this motherfucker's running for president, and that motherfucker is going to get a lot of votes. When people thought Kanye West was crazy when he was ranting on them MTV Awards talking about him running in 2020, does the shit seem crazy now?
At the Trump, no. I'll look at it like this. It's a free fall at this point.
Why? In 2020, it's going to be a free fall. You're going to hear all kind of motherfuckers running for president. And as long as you got some money, see, and that's when Kanye said it, I said he can do it. Why? He got the Kardashians backing him. Yeah, they some hoes, but, I mean, look at the money they got.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Look, man, it's going to take time. Everyone just needs to chill the fuck out. We need to fly a big fucking joint over everybody that's fucking protesting. Just let it flow, man. Just, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I will say... I'm sorry, go ahead, Kurt.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, as far as the protests, I do think a lot of these people need to sit the fuck down. I will say, like, I do sympathize with, like, the Muslims, the gay, no jokes here, the gay community. Though those people, I feel like they do have a genuine reason to protest, just for the simple fact that there are a lot of crazy... I've seen some crazy shit going on this week. It was some dickhead down in Florida, get out of our country, Muslims driving around. It's just like, from that aspect, I understand, but it's some people that don't have nothing to do with nothing. They need to sit the fuck down.
Yeah, that whole I'm just bitter because my guy lost. I don't like that. But there are people who are legitimately like, okay, what are we going to do about, these minorities, or people from other countries and foreigners, or immigrants who do feel like their life is in danger and their lives are about to change because of certain rhetoric that was said. And honestly, Trump, if he wanted to, he could clear that stuff up in one. As soon as he get in front of everybody and make his first speech, he can really get in front of everybody and kind of ease a lot of that, which I'm pretty sure he'll do. He'll probably do that inauguration. So we'll see about that. But, it's just...
Listen,
I think after a while, give it time, everything will smooth out. But I'm past this one. I'm ready to see the free for all of 2020. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But you know what? They're going to... now that I would not be surprised to expect Trump to start being a little more professional now.
Oh, yes.
I would figure that they are really going to, for lack of a better term, they're going to start governing him a little bit. This is the fucking presidency. They are not going to let him go out there and say whatever the fuck he wants anymore.
Yeah,
it's over.
It was fun and games.
Yeah.
It's fun and games for your campaigning and bad hombres. I make my share of jokes at his expense. But when now that he's got the job, it's kind of like this. Anybody amongst us, we've all bullshitted our way into a job or two over the years. Yeah. But it comes a point once you get the job, the con is over, and you actually got to do the job. You actually got to show that you are capable of doing the job that you were hired for.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's already...
That's where we're at with Trump.
He's done a couple of things. Trump has done a couple of things already. A, he's not taking a salary. He decided, nope, no salary. I don't need it. I don't want it. And B... he's going to leave the Second Amendment alone, he says. He's not going to touch it, which means all of our guns are safe, which is good and bad.
Exactly.
It's good and bad. There's, no matter what you say, there's good gun owners out there and there's bad gun owners. So just as in everything. So, but I mean, he's doing some stuff, and he's trying. But I've said this always. The president is basically just a talking puppet that a bunch of more powerful people, believe it or not, tell what to say.
Exactly. No, you're right.
Yeah,
exactly.
They just tell him what to say. He's a figurehead. He's nothing but literally. You could play a soundtrack behind him and he can mouth it, and that's all people care about. They just want someone to stand there. But I don't know, man. Everyone, in my opinion, everyone just needs to give the fucking guy a chance. There's nothing. What is protesting going to accomplish?
I mean, I guess it's like people want to feel like their voice is being heard, but at the end of the day, there's no controversy. The man won the election fair and fucking square. I didn't vote for him, but look at it like this. And this is a point that I really feel like is being kind of overlooked in all of the madness. To your point, Box, what you brought up. What people forget is half of the shit that Trump said was just to get elected. The president, even though it's a powerful title, obviously, the shit has to go through channels. It don't. I mean, it's not. Donald Trump just can't wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm gonna start a war. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna build a wall."
Right.
Shit has to go through fucking channels.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Congress, the Supreme Court, They are fucking. That's the reason Obama couldn't get done 95% of the shit that he wanted to do, because he was always fighting with Congress, which coincidentally led to fucking Trump winning in the first place.
Right. Now, I mean,
because they didn't want that same opposition with Hillary as a Democrat. And all of a sudden, they figured it'd be 4 more years of the same shit.
Yeah.
That's a big part of why he won.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of extremists out there who took Trump's word and got the wrong impression.
Who they believed it.
Exactly. And a lot of people might have taken his words a little overboard.
Well, let me piggyback off of that, because I was having that discussion with what I call, my white brothers. And no, I do. I say, hey, yo, y'all my brothers and sisters. Y'all my white brothers and sisters. Period.
All right.
And what people got to understand, is, before Trump even started campaigning or whatever, look, there's always going to be racists and bigots out there. But here's the dangerous part about campaigning that way. When you campaign that way, and then you end up winning, those bigots and racists, what they see is a person who was saying the same rhetoric as me, they president now. So they feel like, now I got somebody I can rally behind, because, hey, they not taking it as, when I look at politics, I look at it as like WWE. That stuff's not real to me. Some people don't take it that way, yo. It's still real to me, damn it. And they took it as that's real, so that they can be more hourly with the way that they feel about, certain people and certain groups. And now you seeing them live it out. You seeing people getting beat. I heard a story where a Muslim lady was getting harassed in the store. Another one, some lady just straight up came to her and told her she should hang herself with a scarf, that they don't belong here no more. Kids, bullying kids in school, talking about how they're going to get deported and they're going to build a wall and keep y'all out of here and all these different things. Now, those people exist, period, but when they see a leader who they believe shares the same values, they're going to be even more hourly with it, and that's the crazy things they've been seeing for the last couple of days. That's why I would say Ernie Johnson on TNT right before the NBA game started, he put it perfectly. He said, I really believe that the campaigning Trump is going to be different from the presidential Trump. I believe that, too. I believe it's important for him, for a lot of that stuff he said, to go ahead and say, hey, look, what was said was said. Hey, I admit, I think I said some things that were wrong. The actions that I'm seeing, this is not what I meant by that. Let's go ahead and let's try to do better, people. Let's try to follow in line. Let's try to take care of one another. Let's just try to make this country a better place, and let's try to come together.
Listen, Trump probably figured he had 0 to lose with this campaign. He was either going to become president or he wasn't. He had nothing to lose, so he probably just figured, I'm going to say what I want. But again, there's no way he's going to be able to do that as president. But back to what Kurt was saying about all the people in school, the chants and everything. Maybe if people would put their fucking phones down and not record it and actually say something and stand up for somebody, this world would be a little fucking better. Put your fucking phone down. Please help instead of recording. No one needs to see a video go viral. I personally would rather see someone help, in my opinion.
And I preach that too, Ant. I had a post just like that. I said, hey, man, we need to start stepping up and taking care of each other. I said, we need to start taking care of one another. You see somebody doing something like that to somebody, step in and help.
Yeah,
step in and help. Say something. Because if you sit there and you watch that and you watch that happen, you let it happen, you just as wrong as the person who was doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
damn right. Yeah. Look, this is my generation, Kurt. This is our generation, not so much you, Box. But sometimes I'm just embarrassed of the shit that's out there nowadays. You got people that are quick enough to pick up a phone and yell I'm sorry, I'm fucking my words up right now. World star hip hop and all of that shit. Fuck you. Put your goddamn phone down and get the fuck involved. What the fuck is all this shit about having to videotape everything? Like, look, I don't work for the fucking news. I'm not fucking Peter Jennings. I'm not trying to get the scoop. You gotta get involved sometimes. Shit.
You have to.
Exactly.
I can't stand seeing a video where it's 6-on-1 and one asshole is taping. Hey, asshole, how about make it 6-on-2 and give the fucking guy half a chance to not get his ass sent to the fucking hospital? You know, even Bodzilla is saying, you know, he agrees with me. How could, I mean, you know, it takes a special person not to agree that if someone's being beat down, to jump the fuck in. Look, I'm not saying have a hero complex. I'm not saying, you know, oh, if shots are fired, run towards them. Absolutely not. But if you see someone being beat down and jumped, don't sit there with your fucking phone recording it like Anthony said, yelling fucking world star. Put the fucking phone down. Help the fucking guy out. Because in my opinion, if that dude does get hurt and or worse / you know, killed, in my opinion, that's your fucking fault. You should be arrested too. That's on you, in my opinion.
If you guys want to fucking laugh, you know, if it would be funny if it wasn't so sad. I can't even remember the video, but it was like, you know, to Box's point, it was one of those situations where a guy was getting beat down and somebody, one of thousands, I'm sure, that had their fucking phones out taping this shit, and one person holding the phone had the fucking gall. Somebody should help him. Somebody should call the cops. How about you, motherfucker?
How about you, motherfucker?
I can't call the cops. I got video rolling. I got video going. I can't call.
That shit just blew my fucking mind. Like, we're at a point now. Remember, like a few months ago, the dude, I guess the cameraman, they actually broadcasted on YouTube. The newscaster that got shot on the air, the fucking cameraman. That's where we're at with this shit.
Well, I'll tell you the one that really, really, really pissed me off. It was viral probably about 2 years ago, where some lady was. They were in an argument, but this lady got her ass beat in front of like her 4-year-old kid. And the 4-year-old kid was trying to stand up and help his mother who was getting her ass kicked. If that video doesn't break your fucking heart, then you're a heartless piece of shit, and you probably should be sent somewhere, like prison. I mean, that's a heartbreaking video. When you see a little 4-year-old trying to kick a grown person that's beating up his mom, that's fucked up, dude. And there's tons of people taping it because there's different angles. Oh, yeah, I got to see different angles of that. But no one's jumping in to help this fucking woman getting her ass beat. No. No one will help. And she's way smaller than the other lady, too. You know, but yeah, no one wants to help anymore. Well, everybody just wants that viral video they can make YouTube money off of.
Yeah, they just don't want to take care of each other anymore. That's just the weird part. We don't. I mean, they talk about, you know, America being great again and all of that or whatnot. Whatever happened to just having each other's back? Like, just looking out for each other, no matter. I don't care if you're black, white, or whatever. If you in America, then hey, guess what? I got your back. Period.
You know what? There was one time where, I mean, and I guess we didn't all come together, but you almost felt like that right after 9/11, like people were helping each other out a little bit, like people were starting to come together. And then, of course, we got all the Muslim violence back then again, but unfortunately that was going to happen with, again...
That was going to happen regardless.
Again, there's extremists out there, people who take things the wrong way, take things to heart, take things just wrong. So those people have issues. But, you know, it was almost like we were coming together again after 9/11. And then a few years go by, and it's like we're all apart again. All we want to do is record, get it on Facebook. It's viral. I got to get viral. Oh, fuck you. You are a virus if you're doing that. It's become a bad virus. It's a fucking cancer of people not jumping in and helping out anybody. You'd rather see someone get jumped and record it? For what? A couple $100 off YouTube? God damn, people. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, man. man, I'm just getting pissed off all over.
I know
again,
we got a little deeper than we usually do on this show, but I mean, you got to realize.
Well, I mean, it's serious. This is the kind of conversation.
It's happening.
That needs to happen.
It's happening, and it's what's going on right now. We're not making up shit. We're stating facts, unfortunate facts.
Yeah, and first of all, to the not you guys, but to the assholes that are saying, make America, you sound like an idiot. Please stop with that shit. How about make common sense a thing again?
Listen, where
the fuck is common sense in all of this
Listen,
shit?
make America great again can mean a lot of things. Like I said, Trump has vowed to bring back manufacturing. That would help out. That will make America great again. That'll give us a lot of jobs that we don't have. Can he do it? We don't know. There are certain things that Trump can do to, quote unquote, make America great again. Having blatant racism is not going to make America great again.
Yeah.
No.
The most important thing I could say he could do is, honestly, I don't know when, hopefully it'll be in his inauguration speech, but he basically needs to draw a line in the sand and say, I said some things that could have been misconstrued. He has to, because he worked up people. Let's be honest, he worked up a lot of old school and new school racists with his rhetoric. So I think he needs to. Listen, we can sit here and laugh about the whole bad hombres thing, and it was a funny thing to say, but when you really stop and think about it, it riled up a lot of fucking people that don't need it, that were already probably riled up. And it kind of say, yeah, we want that guy in office. And now that they voted him in, I mean, they going to probably feel like a little kind of like they're going to feel some type of way. Like, we voted you in and this is how you do us. But at the same time, he needs to get that speech where he said, look, calm down. I said some things that could have been taken the wrong way. I'm embracing everybody. And he started to kind of get there with his victory speech. So hopefully he kind of keeps that momentum going.
What he should do, he should just have that piece of ass wife come out and speak for him. Everybody will listen to that. But anyway, you know what he should do? He's
going to get turned.
Yeah.
He's going to get turned on regardless. I kind of feel for him because, like I was kind of alluding to, and also one of the biggest things he's going to have to deal with, and, this country is more divided than it's ever been. To have to step into that and kind of try to unite everybody again. But also, like I was saying, already kind of, this is going to sound weird coming from African American, especially things you've been hearing. But me, honestly, the things I've heard coming out the meeting between him and former President Barack Obama, the things I've been hearing him say, and the policies I'm seeing, he's really doing a lot of good things for minorities out there. He really has a lot of good policies in place. And when he does come out and try to, say, hey, yeah, I said some things, in the heat of the moment in campaigning, I probably shouldn't have said and I didn't mean, hey, let's work on uniting and loving one another or whatnot. Here's some more of the policies that I want to do, and here's some things that I want to get done. Those people are going to be mad at him. So now you're going to have a whole other side of people upset with him.
Yeah. And, a lot of the stuff he was saying campaigning was off the cuff. He's going to be bound to a fucking, read this. This is your speech. He's got, the president's got a speech writer. He's going to have to stick to the fucking script. And I'm going to tell you, the first time he goes off script, they're going to yank that motherfucker off stage.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Dude, I wouldn't.
It's going to be tough for him. That is not him. I give one thing. He's somebody who he likes to speak his mind right or wrong and be off the cuff. That's just him. It's hard for him to do that it's hard for him to do that.
Yeah.
So I feel for him.
I wouldn't doubt if the first time he went off the cuff and started making a fool of himself, we heard a fucking Secret Service bring out a gunshot. Get him off stage! Go!
That's one thing you kind of got to give Obama. Obviously, every president has a speech writer, a script writer, but he was smooth. Whenever he give a speech, never lost a beat.
Well, that's because he was listening to a beat in his head, reading the speech.
That man got sold. I don't want him around my wife. I told my wife, if you ever bump into him, you let me do the talking. You stand behind me. I don't want him making eye contact or talking to my wife. Like, hey, bro, hey, you know.
Oh shit! Obama was smooth. He really was. I love hearing him talk. He's got that presidential cadence down pat, dude.
Yeah.
Trump's gonna have to get that, dude. He's gonna have to get that presidential cadence down. be able to speak
Now,
the right way.
Now, let me ask you: do you guys kind of find it kind of weird that up until his beef with Obama started, he was actually a Democrat, and then he became. He's only been Trump's only been a Republican for like the past couple years.
People, I want people to understand this, and this is one thing me and my brother always been talking about. He is a Republican by kind of. He ain't really. Donald Trump is on the side of Donald Trump. If there was a party named Donald Trump, he'd be running in that motherfucker. Donald Trump is for Donald Trump. He ain't neither or. He ain't Democrat or Republican.
If he could have, if he could have ran Libertarian and won, I think he would have.
Yep.
But there was no way. He had to be one of the big two. It was the only way he was going to get elected. So he had to pick one. So he did. I don't know, man. I say give the fucking guy a chance. Chill the fuck out, people, and just see what happens. Just see. This protesting, I don't think the only thing it's going to accomplish is fucking up traffic in L.A., Miami, San Francisco, wherever the fuck they're from. High school students walked out in San Francisco. Half of y'all motherfuckers can't even fucking vote.
Yeah, the fuck out. Yeah. And once again,
y'all wanted a day off. Just say that. It's fucking senior skip day. We're out of here.
The fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
That's weird. We didn't even need no excuse back in the day to skip.
Yeah, people are using every fucking excuse to get out. But really, all the fucking things I see about college campuses having to do this and do that, god damn it, people, stop kowtowing to these fucking emotional pieces of shit. If you can't handle an election, oh my God, there's a little thing that you're not going to fucking make it through called life. You know why? Because it's full of disappointments. Full of them. You know that real good job you're going to college for? Guess what? You may not fucking get it. You may not.
It happens. I mean, look, how many people go to college for shit and wind up doing something opposite of what their degree was in?
Yeah, here, for all you people in fucking law school who are fucking whining about this, how's this sound? There's more people in law school than lawyers because not all of you motherfuckers get jobs in your field. There you go. How's that for a disappointment? How much fucking therapy are you going to need? You can't afford it. You know why? You're working at McDonald's with a fucking law degree. That's why you can't afford therapy.
Yeah, that's just I don't know, that's just insane.
Nah, I mean, you'll always have people, they're going to kind of jump on it. Like I said, you got some people who are seriously concerned, more specifically, immigrants or whatnot. But whenever you have something like that, there's always people who kind of want to jump on the bandwagon and have their excuse to kind of lash out and act crazy or whatnot.
Yeah, but the only thing I'm thinking is literally when I see all these, like I said before, these colleges, these high schools, what are we preparing our kids for? Because it's not life. We're not preparing our kids for life. We're preparing our kids for, like, some sort of social media delusion that we're in. Life is full of disappointments. It really is. It's full of them. That's all. Most of life is not getting what you want. Even Mick Jagger had a song about it. You can't always get what you want. But if you try, sometimes you get what you need. Exactly. But I mean, I just don't understand what we are teaching our children. What are we training? I don't want to say training, but what are we building our children to fucking handle? If you can't handle an election, I'm scared for the future, dude. I am scared.
Yeah, plus it's not a good look. All jokes aside, it's not a good look to kind of like if Junior or little Johnny or little Stephanie is sitting at home, and they're seeing Daddy or Mommy walk out because I didn't get my way, my guy didn't win, so I'm going to walk out or I'm going to stage a protest. What the fuck are you teaching these kids?
Yeah,
Like, whenever shit get rough, you just walk away? You walk away from your responsibilities? Because you get boo-boo face?
Yep.
Fuck you.
Nah.
Boo-boo
And I'm like
face.
this, man. If you concerned about them, help them.
Yep.
Help them. Help them. Help them. There's people got legitimate concerns about them. All right, help them. What's the? I mean, I hear people, how I'm about to move the. What kind of coward stuff is that? I'm moving. Don't do that. That's whack. You don't move. Don't do that. Help.
Yeah, I mean,
help.
That was just a lot of passion.
Jesus, I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do if your boyfriend breaks up? Are you gonna fucking leave the country? Yeah. I mean, or your girlfriend. I mean, what are you gonna? I mean, are you gonna leave the? Oh, I can't be around him. I have to leave school. Oh, well, you're in your fucking 4th year. You're about to graduate college. What you gonna do?
No, you're gonna pull a Miley Cyrus and post a fucking 18-minute video crying about. Well, I've accepted. Donald Trump's my president. I didn't vote for him, but I've come to accept that he's the president.
I'm sorry.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
Did you see that shit?
I would do dirty things to Miley Cyrus. Oh God.
Ew! Wow! Why though? Why?
I don't know, man.
She kind of lost it for me. Like once she went the short haircut route, she kind of the balloon was off.
Oh, I like the short hair. I don't know. Look, Curtis, I've admitted I like him a little dirty.
You can do better, man. She's built like Justin Bieber. Like you can do better, man. You can do better. I'm telling you right now, if they took the faces off and they put Justin Bieber's body next to Miley Cyrus's, I bet you 7 out of 10 times you picked the wrong one.
No, well, one of them's gonna have nicer tits than the other. That's all I'm gonna say. You pick which one. That's all I'm gonna say. But I just
man, that has me thinking about it though. It's good because I'm more like me. I think in the future tense. I'm already past this. I'm thinking about around 2018, 2019. What that's gonna look like. I'm looking at these future candidates. That's what I'm thinking about. I've already got some names on the list. I'm thinking about who all. It's gonna be a free for all. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah. Oh my God. I hope we have like Jesse Ventura versus The Rock. That is what I'm hoping for the next election. Wrestler versus
I'm telling you, we're going to have this conversation about 2 or 3 years from now. We're going to be talking about this and be like, damn, remember when we talked about that 3 years ago? We knew it was going to be crazy, but god damn. Like, it's
yeah. And it's like, this opens up the floodgates. Now anybody can freaking win.
Oh, no, not anybody. Listen, Donald Trump had you got to remember, the guy's a fucking bazillionaire. He's got bunches of money behind him. Not anybody can go out there and win. If anybody could,
you need the money.
If anybody could have won.
You're going to need the money. You got to have that. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
You got to have the money. You got to have money. You got to have a name.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. If anybody could win, Gary Johnson would be our president right now.
It's real talk.
Yeah.
This is true, but I don't know, man. Like, we're talking about 2020. We're already looking ahead.
Well,
I just get the sense that, Trump winning opens up the floodgates.
Well,
and we're going to get a lot of out there people campaigning, running, trying to get that Democratic nomination, trying to get that Republican nomination. All I'm saying is, don't be surprised if we get some random out there people that we're not even thinking of.
Well, all I know is fucking Jesus Christ. If our fucking children are this upset now, imagine how upset they're going to be in 4 more years. And hey, guess what? Let's not fucking forget something. Trump could get 4 more years after this.
And I'm not so sure about.
Hey man,
I don't think so.
About year 3,
you know what?
He
ends up doing fucking blowing people away and doing a good fucking job. Hey, you never know, man. You never know. Trump could end up turning everything around and doing everything right. It could happen. I'm hoping it does.
Honestly, I think that's a big part. I said it earlier, but I think a big part of why he won is because people are just tired of the status quo. I mean, look, I look at Barack Obama, and a lot of people, the opinion on Barack is basically very much divided. But I look at it like this. I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that when he first got elected into office, he didn't necessarily have a lot of political experience. He was more of a senator, and he inherited a bad situation. And like his words from his very first inauguration speech still fucking ring in my ear. I won't be able to accomplish what I want to accomplish in 4 years in one term. It might take 2 terms. And I think a lot of people were willing to give him the benefit of the doubt those first 4 years because he inherited a lot of bad shit. Mm-hmm. But once again, when he got reelected, I look at it like people said, okay, we gave him enough time. What the fuck is going on? But a lot of people kind of overlook the fact that, once again, even though he's president, he had to face a lot of opposition. Congress getting shit passed, but that's why I say that just because somebody's the president doesn't mean they can necessarily make things happen at the drop of a hat. No. Obamacare took damn near his entire 8-year run in office to make happen. Mm-hmm. Damn near, think about it. It took him about 6 years to get it off the ground. Now, I personally, that's where I started to turn on him a little bit because I don't like the fact I didn't like the fact that I agree with the concept of universal health care for everybody. I didn't like the fact that people were essentially being bullied into getting it.
Right.
I wasn't feeling that.
I was one of the people that got bullied into getting that shit. That's where I kind of turned the corner on Obama. But besides that, I think overall he's a good dude. But I think that a lot of people underestimate how government works, or they're not educated to how the system works. It's not just a matter of this guy got elected president and he can just instantaneously, with the snap of a finger, make things happen. Don't work like that, folks.
Mm-hmm. Not how it works.
Yeah. There's a lot of channels, protocol, and like I've said, more powerful people who have been there a lot longer. And I don't know. I think Trump is about to get schooled in how to do this. And I wouldn't doubt by inauguration, he is a different person on that stage. And he better be, to be honest with you. He better be.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I really do. Like I said, he won fair. He didn't cheat. He won fair and square. He won fair and square. Get a dude a chance, and let's see what happens.
It's all we can do. That is all we can do. I mean, protesting's going to do nothing, like I said, but fuck up traffic. That's all it's going to... 20 women today decided to run in the middle of the fucking highway in L.A.
That's 20 less women in my bedroom. That's a problem right there.
What a waste.
Thank you, Kurt. That was actually a nice segue into Tit Talk.
Ooh, wow.
Accomplishing absolutely nothing. See?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a decent ass in front of Trump's office there.
Yeah, I don't know if you are. Do you have the Mixler chat open, Kurt?
I don't.
Yeah, because our friend over from Solo's group, Cordell, he had posted this is on his actually.
Oh, Cordell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't so bad. That's not a bad ass.
His own personal page out of Chicago. It was a chick in front of the Trump Towers out there in Chicago that literally had a picture of her ass taken as she flips off the Trump Tower.
Yes.
And she actually has not a bad ass.
No, it's not bad at all. It's definitely...
Yeah, see, look, if you're going to show ass, this is the kind of ass you need to show. It's in shape, it's tone, it's tan. If you're going to show your ass, this is all I ask.
I would,
make sure it's looking right.
I'd spank her. I would. Very hard. Watch it jiggle. Anyway. All right, I'm done looking at that. But I don't know, man. I think I don't know. What else y'all got before we lose our fucking minds here?
I say this, man.
Wait, one at a time.
Yeah.
That didn't mean both y'all shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
Let's play paper, scissors, rock for it.
What?
I'm gonna win regardless. I'm letting you know right now.
No, I mean, as far as the political talk, I think we kind of can put that to bed. I mean, I think I said all I need to say, unless you gentlemen have something else to add.
We went deeper than usual, but this is a different week. A lot of things are going on. I think we might have all gotten a few things off of our chest there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think I got a few things off my chest.
Yes. Great rant, Box. Yeah, I think you're going to lead us getting a lot of extra downloads because you let loose. I was surprised at you there for a minute.
I'm just, it's just so, it's frustrating. It's infuriating. And I think the pussification of America is something I don't know any other word for it, but it's like America is going emo, and that's not gonna fucking help. We need to toughen up, you know?
Yeah. So let me ask you, Box, because we've had a few protests out here in Philly. How about in Texas or even Arkansas for you, Kurt? Any major protests? People blocking traffic?
We got one in downtown Dallas.
Was it bad? Was it at least peaceful?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't going fucking near that motherfucker. I don't go downtown unless I'm being paid to go the fuck downtown. Unless I'm doing Uber, I ain't going downtown.
Nah, no protests down here. We too broke to be protesting. We gotta work. We gotta go to work, man. We ain't got time for that. I don't got enough PTO to be taking off to go protest nothing.
Yeah, go to work.
Hey, man, it's just real talk. I'm saving that PTO for my vacation next year, so I won't be doing that. But there are people, like I said, who do genuinely care about other people and are concerned about some Muslim, brothers and sisters and other minorities and whatnot, Hispanics or whatever. Because we got a fairly large Hispanic population down here. I'm pretty sure you do in Texas as well. So just concern for them or whatnot. But, besides that, like I say, look, politics is going to always be politics. Is always going to be here. There's going to be people campaigning that same way from now to the day I die and afterwards. As long as we look after each other and love one another, we don't have to worry about that stuff. Take care of home first and take care of one another, and the rest of that shit won't even matter.
Yep. That was nice. Well said, sir.
Yes.
Well said.
And to Bodzilla for bringing some levity with the titties.
Yeah.
My God.
Thank God for titties. Nice. Oh, wait. I missed these last two. Hold on here.
God damn.
Oh, the girl squeezing. I could watch that all day.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, I wouldn't be able to, but oh, Jesus. Wonderful. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. All right.
Yes.
I think we should, I think on that note, Anthony, you got any final words for Primary Colors or any more about anything?
Primary Colors, go watch it. It's a good movie, well worth seeing. To everybody else, lighten the fuck up. Drink something, smoke something, fuck something. Just do whatever you need to do to just calm the fuck down and chill out and just realize that it is what it is. See what the man's going to do in office, and then until then, even if you don't like what's going on, it's not much you can do to change it. Just accept it and move the fuck on with life, because life keeps on going.
There you go. I like it. There you go. Life keeps on going. Toughen up, people. Take care of each other. Stop recording. Jump in every now and then. And on that note, you guys know where you can find us right here on Mixer.com/THT Podcast. Check out our Facebook, THT Movie Review. Check the same thing out, everywhere. Uniformed everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, and always check us out here, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, Mixer.com, THT Podcast, THT Movie Review. Anthony, see you later. Curtis, thanks for calling in.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
All right. That's it. We are out of here. Later.
Now